Killer Bean. This game I saw at Summergamefest 2024, and it sparked my interest because it looks very similar to a little game called Max Payne 3. Now, Max Payne 3, what was special about it is basically what you just saw right there, how you can jump through the air and in slow motion shoot your targets. I believe Max Payne 3 was made by Rockstar, and unfortunately, they never used that combat system ever again, I don't believe. So when I saw this game, it was very exciting for me because it was very similar to Max Payne 3. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys as much details to this game, as many details to this game as I can. I've been trying to find as much about this game as I possibly could and the history of this game because I've never seen or heard of it before, but apparently it has been in development for a little while now in Steam Early Access. So let's get into it here, and hopefully this video will answer any questions you guys may have about this game. So this game is being developed by a studio called Killer Bean Studios. And I can't find the exact number of devs working on this game, but from what I could tell, they are a small studio, a small independent studio. And there is a video that I'll show in a minute where the dev is answering questions and says what this game will be. And it was in 2022. And he said the early access will be in late 2022 or early 2023. So the Steam Early Access for this game has been out since 2022 or 2023. And now this game is set to release fully near the end of 2024. So what is this game? It is supposedly supposed to be a roguelike game, meaning the campaign is randomly generated, okay? If you play games like Hades, it is a roguelike. Roguelikes, the levels are randomly generated dungeons, and usually you only get one life, and you're trying to get through the entire game and get loot and get through the game in one try, or you have to start over if you die, and the levels will be randomly generated, which gives you a different experience each time. Those are roguelikes. If you played Hades, which was a big game like 2 years ago, it is like that. You get one life and you try to make it through hell, essentially. So this game, from what I can tell so far, it is going to be randomly generated campaign levels, and you're trying to get through those levels. Most likely in one life, most likely. So let's play the video of the dev talking about the details, and I'll give you my reaction to it.
What's up, everyone? First, I want to say thank you for all the great feedback and comments for the Killer Bean game. The response has been incredible, and it really motivates me to finish this game and make it as great as it can be. Now, to answer some of your questions.
What is the Killer Bean game?
This game is an open-world, third-person roguelike shooter based on the character and story of Killer Bean.
Who is Killer Bean?
The best way to find out is to watch the movie Killer Bean Forever, which is free on YouTube.
All right, so it's an open world. The open world is on an island, I believe, and I don't know if the island is randomly generated or if the levels in the island are randomly generated. And there was a Killer Bean movie. The history of Killer Bean is there was a movie a little while ago. I guess it was pretty cool. And then there was also an iOS Killer Bean 2D side-scroller game as well.
Decaffeinated.
When will the game come out?
It's still early in development, but I'm looking to release the game on Steam in early access at the end of this year or early next year.
Is this game only on Steam?
It'll be on Steam first for Windows, Mac, Linux, and Steam Deck. Then it will be ported to PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and maybe iOS.
How much will it cost?
Around $20.
Yeah, so if you're a console gamer, he's hoping to port it to the consoles, maybe iOS. And what's great about this is it's only $20. Now, it's like a double-edged sword, blade, whatever. If it's $20, that's very cheap for a game, especially in 2024. Or this comes out at the end of 2024, so essentially 2025. That's very cheap, so it makes me think that there isn't going to be a lot to this game, so I'm worried about that. But he could always change the price because this was recorded in 2022, this interview, or his self-AI interview, whatever this is. And so it could be more than $20, but as of right now, I think it's $20, which is also good because $20 is cheap.
Is it multiplayer?
It is single player with online co-op, but no PvP is planned right now.
Right. Will Jet be in the game?
So it's single
yes.
player,
Jet
online co-op though. So you'll be able to get with your friends and go through the campaign with a friend. I think he said online co-op. He didn't say how many friends will be able to play with you. At least one, at least. But there's no PvP, which kind of sucks. It would have been fun having PvP with Max Payne 3 type of combat.
Bean will definitely be in the game as an NPC and also a playable character. Other main characters will most likely be in the game too. Alright guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, so that's it. It's coming out near the end of this year, hopefully. And yeah, and to show you guys, this might have been right here. Part of the Killer Bean movie. So, yeah, I think this game could be okay. I think that it might be, since it is $20, it might not have that much stuff. But it's been in early access for a very long time. And the reason he wants it in early access is because he wants to be able to add as many things as he can to this game. Because once the levels are randomly generated, since it's a roguelike, there will be a lot of different variety of things that will be randomized, and it will give you more of a unique experience each time you play. So he wants to add as many, maybe new weapons, as many new enemy types, features, loot, as he possibly can, so that when you start up the campaign again, it's a brand new experience each time. So when it comes to randomly generated games though, I mean, I still don't think there is nothing like a customized campaign level. I don't believe a randomly generated area will be as unique as a custom-made area. Because, I mean, games like Minecraft, randomly generated, No Man's Sky, randomly generated, Starfield, randomly generated, it's just, and usually there's not much detail in the random generations. It's just, we have a list of 100 items for the environment and what will be in the environment, and that gets shuffled every single time for that environment to make it a little bit different than last time. And yeah, I don't know. I just think that, I mean, there are a lot of roguelike games with the random dungeons, and a lot of people love it though. So maybe this will be okay. Although those games that I see, like Hades and there's another popular one, but I forget the name. Those are like over the top, like just over the top, kind of like 2D looking. It's not a 3D game like this. All right, so real quick, I just want to show you guys, if for those of you who don't know Max Payne 3, I'll show you Max Payne 3 of what it looked like. So like you can kind of see slow motion and he's moving around a little. Then he jumps and dives like that. And so this was Max Payne 3. I'm pretty sure Killer Bean is getting inspiration from this game. I mean, just look at this. Yeah, so that was Max Payne 3. And the last thing in this video I will go into is the Steam details of Killer Bean. So I'll just read through this here. So Killer Bean Game will have an open world island to explore with a variety of missions, enemies, NPCs, weapons, skills, vehicles, loot, and bosses. So there'll be loot, bosses, vehicles, I guess maybe a skill tree, different types of weapons. I hope it's not just the dual-wielding pistols and the rocket launcher. I hope there's more. No, I did see the automatic rifles where it turns into first person. That was cool, first person. And then variety of enemies. Because the story of this game is procedurally generated at the start of each new campaign, a large variety of content would need to be added to ensure that every campaign is always different. Early access will allow the players to play a core campaign while also contributing their own ideas they would like to see in the game for future variations. So, yeah, maybe just the camp or the island is randomly generated each time, which makes me think, I mean, maybe the island just has a few big areas that you need to complete, and those areas get randomly generated each time. Again, since it's $20, I'm very worried if it's not really going to be a lot. So game suggestions and ideas from the community will help shape this game to the best Killer Bean game possible. The community will also get to decide which order to add additional playable characters. Approximately how long will this game be in early access? Well, this game will probably be in early access for 1 to 2 years, and it has already been 1 to 2 years, essentially. That would provide enough time to add a vast variety of content and also add key features like Steam Workshop. Major updates during early access will occur every 2 months, so it's cool they'll have a Steam Workshop that they're planning. How is the full version planned to differ from the early access version? Early access version will eventually become the full version. There will be more frequent updates with the early access version. There will be more flexibility with ideas and contributions from the community for the early access version. Once this game is fully released, there won't be any major changes. And what is the current state of the early access version? Early access for Killer Bean is not available. Well, it is available now, or I think it's been out for a while, but I don't know how you can join. Will the game be priced differently during and after the early access? The price in USD will remain the same. There may be variations with international currency conversions in the future. So, if the early access was $20 to get in, then it should be $20 to buy. How are you planning on involving the community in your development process? So during early access, there will be major updates every 2 months. The Steam community will be able to give their input and suggestions throughout the course of development. Most of the discussions will take place in the Killer Bean Steam community forums. All right, so that's all the information I have. The main things to remember right now is that it will come out at the end of the year. It will be co-op, randomly generated campaign, and it's a third person with also first person Max Payne 3 type of combat, and there's vehicles and bosses and stuff, and you're a bean, a coffee bean, and you're decaffeinating people. So yeah, comment down below what you guys think of this game. Give this video a like and subscribe. I would very appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.